All right. How
Oh,
do I look? My hair looks fantastic.
Mel is here. Hi,
Oh
Mel.
my god, that was super fast.
Renee.
Virgil.
Virgil. Hi, Virgil.
Hi guys. Oh my goodness, we haven't done a live in so long, and I know Melody was a little like upset that we weren't doing them anymore once I started working. It's so that the hours became so complicated in terms of when people can get on and watch us. She's gonna leave. Okay,
I don't know.
you're gonna go to the dinette.
This could be chaos. Just letting you know, this could
Okay,
be
let me scoot over now.
chaos because
Eastern time and my time working, and then the time people can come on, I was like, it's not working. But now we're Pacific time.
Renee's a Cracker Barrel
Oh my god,
in Tennessee.
boondocking.
Oh,
I
living
love
her
it.
dream now is here too.
Yeah, well, Melody.
Well, Melody and,
And living her dream.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hi, Lou. I guess that's you.
Yeah. Tennessee. We really want to go to Tennessee together. We haven't been to Tennessee. I mean, no, we didn't. We haven't done Tennessee together.
No, I've been to the
Memphis and me.
Memphis and Bay.
Yeah.
May. That's I've been to that. But we haven't been together. I don't think there's a.
Yeah. She's barking at Lexi.
Lexi's leaking everything. The
No, Lexi
floor,
just went
the
to my
computer.
dinner.
Yeah, she just leaked your computer. And so she thinks that she's missing out on food because Lexi's licking something. We deal with this all day long. Yeah.
And then Virgil's in the Southwest Virginia in the mountains. We did was it the Blue Ridge that we did in Virginia? Or was that North Carolina?
Yeah, no, Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah, in Floyd.
Loved the Blue Ridge. We want to do it again, but the whole thing, not just that little section. Buttercup. May. May is Buttercup.
Hello, Virginia.
So we'll get into it. We basically decided, since the timing now kind of aligns.
Renee says kids will be kids.
Yeah. Siblings are always fighting. I didn't grow up with siblings.
I didn't fight with my sister ever.
You didn't grow up with siblings either. I mean, you and your sister, not necessarily.
Yeah.
You guys didn't live together, like as children.
As children, we lived together.
Did you?
Yeah. And then we took a break, and then we lived together again when she was in middle school. All the way from middle school to high school. Yeah.
Her sister's 9 years younger than me. I mean, 9 years younger than her, not me. 9 years younger than her, right? Oh, sorry. my brothers, I have a brother that's 6 years younger than me and a 16-year-old younger than me. So I didn't really grow up with siblings either.
Yeah.
The 6 year gap when he lived with my mom and I lived with my dad. So I was an only child.
We've never fought.
No.
No. I can't think of it.
I was a baby.
No. But this one is constantly fighting because according to the trainer, she has something called resource guarding, which is what it means. She's guarding me because I'm her main resource, and she's guarding food because she spent
in the streets.
She spent about 7 to 10 days in the street, according to the weight loss that she had. So she was, for a small dog, to source food.
Grace, hello. Long Beach, California. Wow.
How's the weather in Long Beach?
I'm sure it's warm, right? It's not cold.
I've been cold since November, and I can't take it anymore. I can't take. Oh, Louis outside. Hi, Louis.
We miss you. Next time we're in Eustis, we'll come visit again.
Not Eustis.
It was Wildwood. Wildwood, yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's get on track because we're like saying hello and everything. So as you guys just saw from the last video, we've just uploaded being in Mississippi. Hasn't it been a long time coming? I mean, we've been uploading videos in Florida for like 2-4 years, more or less. So, I mean, besides the truck camper build going to Massachusetts, I'm sure you guys are really excited to start seeing other campgrounds, other things outside of Florida. And as you know, we're doing Florida to Washington. And what I was trying to say earlier, now that our time zones are kind of changing, it's kind of giving us that flexibility of jumping on and doing a live, but without having the restraint of having to do this like on a weekly basis, because now we're out and about. We want to explore and do new things and see these new areas. We compromised and decided to do it in between every stay. So like that, it kind of gives us the opportunity to recap what we really enjoyed in the previous day, and then kind of set the agenda of what it is that you can expect. So like now, what can you really expect in our Biloxi, Mississippi videos to come? So I think that's a good compromise. And I
wasn't paying attention.
Kind of fun.
Yeah.
You were chatting.
Sure.
With that same mindset.
Sorry.
Since so many of you also like the cooking videos, shout out to Marion, shout out to Melody, who had requested it from the get-go. I'm going to basically do the same thing. I am going to throw in a cooking vlog in between each one. So that's kind of like a telltale, like, okay, they're going to go into a new city. And I'm also going to throw in a couple of miniature cooking vlogs for the members only. We opened up the members only several months ago once we became eligible on YouTube for like super chats and members only. And I forgot what was the... Speaking of super chat,
Blue Wave.
Oh my
Guys,
God.
we haven't seen you guys in forever. Debbie and Bob. Oh my God. You guys.
I mean, the timing.
We're not monetized.
We're not monetized yet, but
no.
They did open up that like perk. So I decided, hey, I'm gonna throw in this the membership thing and see how it goes. And we ended up getting our very first member like a month ago, and I hadn't even noticed. So I was like, this is so exciting. I know it's just one, but I was like through the roof for like a week, super excited that we had a member. So basically there's two levels. There's like the $199, and that's simple things. You know, we call that the loyal member, where you get like a little badge by your name and you get special emojis and you're going to get a shout out. And I forgot what the other thing was. Oh, priority commenting. But then there's a second level, which is what Tara ended up signing up for. I don't even know this lady. I don't think we've ever met in person. But I think she ended up joining with the cooking videos because that's what she usually comments the most on.
Hi, Mary.
Oh, Mary and Fred are here. Hi, Mary and Fred.
Mary's here. I don't know if it's Mr. Fred here.
I'm sure he's probably with her. So then the second one gives you those perks, but then also early views to the videos. So they get like 2 days early publishing, so they get to see the videos first. And then extra content that I'll throw in. So I'm going to start throwing in some cooking videos because I know that's what she signed up for. And I think that's what most people enjoy the most. So I'll throw in a little extra cooking video here and there. So if you're interested, hit that join button in the bottom of our YouTube page. I won't talk more about that. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Stop requesting food videos because I can't control my weight. You know, I have to try all the food and, you know. It's difficult. It's going to turn into my 800-pound life if she keeps doing cooking videos.
And for those that aren't on social, like me and Virgil, I also, and you know, in case you do have it and you just don't log into it that often, I started the whole cooking thing on stories on IG, which also translates to Facebook, and I still continue to do it. So like just the day before yesterday, I did like a whole bunch of roasted veggies. Parsnips, beets, carrots. Oh, in the oven, it came out so good. Florida.
Fred loves the food videos.
Do you, Fred?
He's not here.
I would have expected Mary to be into it, not necessarily Fred. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I guess the guys are into it too. Virgil's into it.
And then she says, and then she has to cook more now.
She told me on Facebook that now because of my cooking video, she's having to do things.
She's ruining everybody's life and my weight.
That's hilarious. I don't think there's much to recap on Florida because I mean we've been uploading forever. But I will say, if you haven't seen all the videos in Florida, I'm gonna throw out some of my favorite things that we did, which are probably closer to the end of our time in Florida.
I miss Florida.
You miss Florida?
I do.
The weather?
I miss Florida.
Just everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like the dry heat or the extra wetness.
Oh my God, the dry heat. Our nose.
Yeah.
Our nose is just so raw inside.
I don't think our body's used to it.
Oh my
Like the
God.
minute we stepped out of Florida, like my skin started to turn. I started to turn into a reptile. There's not enough lotion or cream available.
Where are you?
We can't tell you.
I mean,
For our safety, we can't tell you, but I can tell you on IG or something like that.
yeah, I agreed. I agreed that I wouldn't say it, but there's hints out there. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's
For Bob. For Bob. And we can message you. We'll text you.
We are now following you on IG and Facebook. Buttercup, thank you so much.
Use your AYR in your nose.
What is that?
Is it air in your nose? Is that what you mean? I've never heard of that. But yeah, our nose is like super raw inside. Like it hurts. And bloody every morning. Our skin, there isn't enough lotion in the world to keep our skin hydrated.
Yeah,
it's insane.
I've been getting slight nosebleeds too. Yeah, it's weird. It's like my body's like, no, there's not enough humidity.
The only thing my body likes about this area is my hair. My curls are flawless. There's no like big frizz and afro.
She's not vain. Not at all.
My curls are flawless. I love my hair. I woke up super late this morning. I am in my moo-moo.
Vitamin E. Vitamin E. In your nose?
In the nose?
Inside?
Like you rub it inside?
May loves the cooking videos so much. I had to go out and buy her a new Instant Pot.
With the air fryer.
See, I'm telling you.
I told you the chicken wings is what got her to want to buy the air fryer.
You're causing a lot of problems.
Of causing financial burden.
And weight problems. In your nose too. Really?
Okay.
In your nose. I didn't know that.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I'm down.
So Mississippi.
No, Florida.
Florida. Oh
What did
yeah,
you
the
like
things
about
that
Florida?
I enjoyed most. So this one goes out to Melody and Lou with Living Our Dream Now. Lou had seen their wildlife lake drive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in love with that place.
Mm-hmm.
We did a video on it. I think the video came out pretty good. We did a reel on it, and then we went back a second time just so that Lou can take pictures. And wow, that place is just spectacular. Thank you guys for sharing that, because if we wouldn't have seen you do it, we would never have known about it, and we wouldn't have gone. And I want to make that one of the very first stops once we go back to like the Clearmont, Winter Garden, like Central Florida area.
I think one of the best parts for me is that we got to take our neighbors.
Oh yeah, the Canadians.
Yeah.
That was the second time we invited them.
We had a retiree couple next to us who were staying at the Winter Garden Encore. And if you guys have been there, you guys know that it's tiny, that you're like pressed up against each other. Yeah. And we had a retired Canadian couple next to us, and they were really, really nice.
Super nice.
And I forgot how we started talking, but we told them about downtown Claremont. We told them about the bike ride, and then we were going, and I told them, if you guys want to come, you can follow us. And they did, and they had a great time. And they had such a great time that I believe his sister was going to come visit them.
And they were taking them. Yeah, but next time we go, we're going to park, and we're going to go with the e-bikes. Yeah. I think that would be like super exciting. Might even be another vlog because it's a different experience on the bike thing. So much closer.
Never been to Florida. We're Floridians.
I am disappointed right now.
And I'm one of those people. I think I'm a rare person that actually loves Florida. Like I really love Florida. Every time that we leave and come back, I just feel like incredibly happy that I'm back in my state. I I think there's so many things to do there, and I love being near the water. Even though I can't swim, there's there's peace and serenity, and I don't know. I feel more alive when I'm next to the water.
Yeah.
A tropical setting as a whole. I mean, I grew up in Miami Beach, so maybe that's the thing. You know, since I grew up by the water.
Yeah, I will say I don't recall you ever mentioning you have Thousand Trails, but if that's something that you end up looking into and getting, if you plan on spending a lot of time in Florida, you must add on the trails collection, because then that's how you're really going to enjoy Florida the most, since Florida only has 3,000 trail parks and like over 30 encore parks that are literally coastal. So you'll really get to enjoy that time there. So speaking of coastal, one of the second favorite thing of mine that we did in Florida before
they don't
leaving,
have TT.
You don't? Okay. So if that's something to look into, look for our membership video, because we got ours. What was it, like $4,200 for lifetime. Like, we don't pay for camping unless like Boondockers, where I give a donation, or if there's no Thousand Trails in the area and there's no boondocking in the area, then we'll jump to Passport America.
Well, having said that, we do pay an annual due.
Yeah.
So
but
there is that, and it's not very big at all. But I'm not gonna say we don't pay at all.
Yeah.
We pay a tiny portion yearly that doesn't surmount to even a 1 month's rent.
It's true. It's true. Fort Orange. So while the Rose Bay campground isn't spectacular, I liked it. It's not spectacular. It's like location, location, location. You're close to Daytona Beach, Fort Orange, Smyrna Beach, and with Mary and Fred, as a matter of fact, the Dell campers, we basically did a day trip in the truck beds, our truck bed camper and their truck, like the top truck bed camper, and spent the day on the beach, like parked there.
Parked down on the sand on the beach. Yeah, it was awesome.
Cooked there, ate there, went in the water, watched the surfers. It was just so much fun.
Rose.
Hi. Estelita la casita. I love saying the name of their page, their channel. You must go and spend the day. You can do Daytona Beach without pets. But if you're going to take pets with you, then you have to do Smyrna Beach, because Daytona Beach only allows seeing eye dogs, not necessarily service dogs. They literally have to be seeing eye dogs. So if you're going to take your pets, go to Smirnoff. Basically the same experience. That was like,
it is a $20 at the time we were there. It is a $20 parking or entrance fee. Okay. For the whole day. Unless you have a like disabled thing to hang on your car, then they waive it for you. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Those are my two favorite things. Wiki Wachi. That was your birthday. Where did we stay when we went to Wiki Wachi? I forgot. I can't remember the name of that. Was it in Zephyr Hills? It wasn't. No, it was an Encore. They've like all blended in together at this point. Do I have my phone with me? Yeah. Padre Island, yes, Renee. So we may or may not have passed Texas already, but on our way back to Florida, because we want to be back by Thanksgiving with our timeline. I don't know if that's going to happen, so I'm kind of hoping Lou's sister ends up joining us wherever we're at. But that is in the plans for our way back. We're actually going to hit some of the coastals through Texas on our way back, and Padre Island is on the top of the list. A bunch of people have recommended it, and it just didn't align with our trajectory, the way we were coming to come west. Was it? So we didn't do it coming. Barrington Hills? It may have been. I think it was Barrington Hills. It may have. It's an Encore. Hudson, Florida. Hudson, Florida, but the place is called Barrington Hills. Yeah, that's the closest Encore, Thousand Trails to Wiki Wachi. Rose says she loves Wiki Wachi. Yeah, she saw that. You saw the mermaid show. You said it was different from the time you had gone and done it many years ago. Yeah, I took Angie there for her birthday. Yeah. Yeah, it was my birthday. And then we stopped and saw the pink dinosaur. Yeah. Just like this attraction on a street. It was like kind of cool to see this enormous pink dinosaur. Yeah, I think I really like, as always, I like being in Peace River a lot. Yeah. mainly because of the river. Although I have to say, the last couple of times I was there, I didn't enjoy it as much.
Well, I mean, granted, 2 hurricanes had come through there, so the river had been so flooded that you couldn't really enjoy going into it and doing the fossiling because the water was so high up.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's more dangerous because you really can't see the gators. So it's understandable that the last couple of times you didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, I like the so like the 3,000 trails in Florida are Peace River, TTO, Thousand Trails Orlando, and Three Flags.
Mm-hmm.
And Three Flags and Peace River are kind of similar.
Yeah.
They're woodsy, they're more remote, whereas CTO is in the middle of everything. So I kind of like
resort.
I kind of like being at Peace River and at Three Flags, and then taking a break from that and going into TTO, which is like, I like that break in between those campgrounds, that I could be out in, you know, in a more woodsy area, maybe in a more remote area, and then 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, whatever the timeline is, I could be at TTO, surrounded by everything, and hopefully get on the new side, because that's where I like to be, on the new side where the concrete pads are, because it's that break from being like on dirt or gravel to being in this like more manicured, I guess.
Right. Very resort.
Area.
Yeah.
So.
And I agree with you, Mary. That's my favorite part of Three Flags is the cows. I just love sitting outside or laying in the hammock and just watching them walk by, very casually grazing. So those are my 3 favorite things before we left. And since we're about to hit the halfway mark of the live, I want to kind of set the expectation of what to expect from Mississippi. And, you know, if we enjoyed our time there, would we come back? The first thing I want to say, because of the timeline that we left Florida early February. I think we left like the 9th, if I'm not mistaken. I think so.
No, we left before. Oh, no, because we were at the other Boondockers Welcome. Yeah, because I spent my birthday in Biloxi.
Oh, I know I only said 3, but I loved the caverns. Walking through those caverns, it was just so natural. It wasn't made like a lot of cavern tours and stuff. They pave it out for you, so it's more comfortable to walk on and not so dangerous, putting rails. But this one was like completely natural. Like the guide would have to tell you, watch your head, and most of the time you're walking bent down. And we're short. I'm 5'1", and I still had to bend down.
The caverns are usually natural. They're all natural.
Oh, well, the last one we did.
Yeah.
I mean, it was natural, but it was like paved out, you know,
but it's and within the caverns, they don't like build anything in it. You're still walking on that surface. They've sort of like, you know, maneuvered so you don't like kill yourself.
Right. They've made the path safe. Whereas this cavern wasn't necessarily like that. I thought it was super cool. If you have not been to the Florida Caverns, it's a Florida state park in Marianna, Florida. So the Panhandle, you must go. You have to experience it. It's just super cool. It's inexpensive. And that campground that park has so much to offer. It's not just the caverns or camping, but that trail.
There's hiking.
That trail was so cool.
There's the Blue Hole, which is like a spring, but it's kind of cold.
That you can swim in it.
And then they have an equestrian section, and of course a regular campground.
But
yeah, I mean, it's like you wouldn't expect that kind of thing in Florida, you know? Like an underground cavern.
Yeah.
People kind of think of Florida as just like beaches and tropical.
Right.
And it's probably the only thing you can do in Marianna.
Yeah, exactly, Rose. Thank you for agreeing with me. They're commercialized.
Well, they have to be commercialized in order for you to get inside.
Right.
Unless you're an explorer, that you're, you know, discovering the cavern.
Excavating.
They have to be commercialized for the rest of us to be able to enjoy.
So we left Florida early February. So obviously, while it may have not been as cold in Florida, it's still cold in a lot of other places.
It was cold.
Yeah, it was still cold. It was
Yeah.
like 30s, 40s.
Yeah. It was frightening.
When we got to Mississippi, it was very dreary. It was very gray. The first few days it rained just about every day.
All day long.
Yeah, and we spent a lot of time by the beach because this Boondockers Welcome was fairly close to Biloxi Beach.
Yeah, very close.
And you learn that Mississippi beach is man-made beach. It's not like a Florida beach.
Right. It's a man-made beach. It's supposed to be the longest man-made beach in the world, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, from the research you did.
Yeah.
The sand's gorgeous. Obviously, they're hauling it in. It's like white, grainy but powdery. Like it just slides right through your tennis shoes. You don't even realize it.
It's not as powdery as Sanibel. It's not Sanibel Island powdery, but it's not Miami Beach grainy. Yeah. And it's not tan, it's white, like sugar kind of.
Yeah, it's super white. Right? Super white. And then there aren't like real like palm trees like in Florida. There's seagrass coming out of certain areas of the sand on the beach, not the whole area. It's very white, very beautiful. But because it was so dreary, the rain, the wind, the cold, the water was super choppy. Like crazy choppy.
It was extremely windy. Like throw your body into the wind and it would hold you. Like it was extremely windy.
Yeah. So we walked around the beach. There's I-110. I guess it's one of the highways there.
I-10. No, I-110.
I-110.
110.
It loops around over the beach water. It's so cool. And because of that, they created like a little walking path under it. So it's like a pier that you walk out into the beach and then around underneath that loop, having the cars drive over you.
Yeah.
And we thought that was different and unique. So you can expect to see a vlog on that, on us taking you for a little walk out onto that.
Yeah, you can walk through there and you can fish. I believe that's a fishing pier as well.
Yeah. They just say no diving because it's shallow. So you shouldn't really dive from there.
Yeah.
But it was cool taking you for a walk around the beach and then doing that loop. We also decided to do something different, a drive. We did that for Fort Lauderdale Beach. And I think we may have done it for Deerfield, where we took you guys on a drive. Because, we get older and we like going for drives and cruise. So we wanted to bring you along with us on a cruise and see what it's like driving down Biloxi Beach, just having music and chill.
I mean, there's a lot of casinos on that street as well. So it's kind of like a fraction of that Las Vegas Strip feel, but with a beach. I mean, I would suppose that's like more appealing, like casinos and a beach. Yeah, it's pretty but different. I agree, Mary. It was very pretty, but I think the time of the year that we went, because it was so dreary, it wasn't like super enjoyable. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it got better like 3 days later. It got sunny and the wind gave up, Yeah. But I think the first like 2 or 3 days we were there, my birthday was like, it was like pre-hurricane. It was just like crazy. Like the wind was crazy. The raining was crazy. Yeah. So, which was Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah. Which means that I sat in front of the TV for 4 hours anyway, But that was her choice. I wanted to take her out, but she wanted to spend her birthday watching Super Bowl. I wanted to watch the Super Bowl for my birthday. And her sister's birthday is just a few days later, Valentine's Day. Yeah. So she wanted to spend it together with her. Chada wanted to be with Lourdes. So they were like a few days behind us. Yeah. Traveling, so they ended up stopping in Mariana right after we left. Yeah. And then they ended up meeting up with us in Biloxi, and they parked in the driveway. We kind of hooked them up at Mariana because they were running behind because they had some repairs to do in the RV. And they were asking where did we stop, and we told them where we stopped. And we really, really connected with the guys from with Lorraine and Tony from the Boondockers Welcome. And in Mariana, we were able to exchange personal information, and so we were able to contact them and ask them if they would accommodate my sister and my brother-in-law, and they did, and they too had a great time with them. They're awesome people. Yeah. So the beach, Virgil, on your question on the shells, I actually didn't see any. I guess because the sand is driven in, and then they have like those big
bulldozer trucks to like flatten it out. I didn't see any shells. Maybe if you do some snorkeling, you might find some underwater since it's natural. It's the Gulf. But on the like grounds, I didn't see any shells at
No,
all.
I didn't see any shells. And as we mentioned, it was February.
Yeah.
And it's the Gulf, so it's going to be colder than the Atlantic.
Yeah.
So we didn't go in the water, so we wouldn't be able to tell you if you were in the water, if there were shells.
Yeah. So because her sister was with us, I didn't vlog that much. So I was working, Monday through Friday, and we were only there 5 days. We extended it 1 day, 6 day, because we decided, you know what, we're just gonna stay at a Cracker Barrel instead of stopping in Louisiana for 2 nights, which was the original plan. She's like, I don't want to just stop for 2 nights. I'd rather just stop 1 night and keep going.
Yeah.
So the host in Biloxi accommodated us 1 extra night to stay, and most of the things we did so that I didn't have the camera in their face, I ended up creating into reels. Like we went to a really nice restaurant for Charo's birthday and Valentine's Day called Mary Mahoney's Fine Dining.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like an old house that they converted into a restaurant. Go Chiefs.
Virgil,
Wait, that is who you were rooting for.
Virgil, you do know that I'm a Dolphin fan, right? I mean, I had
Hardcore.
The reason why I went with the Chiefs, the honest truth, is because
Wait. Fred, cover your ears.
It's because Travis Kelce is dating Taylor Swift, and I am a Swiftie, and that is the only reason why I went with the Chiefs.
That is it's funny because when I went to take a picture of the game on behind the rig where we were so that I can post it on Super Bowl Sunday, the moment I snapped it, the screen went into 49ers. And somebody commented like, boo 49ers. I'm like, I honestly didn't take the picture because of 49ers, because we're 49ers fans.
Yeah,
at least that's not who we were rooting for.
I just wanted Taylor to be happy. So I'm glad they won.
She loves Taylor Swift.
I do.
There's a new concert that Taylor Swift has going called the Eras Tour.
Yeah.
If you have Disney Plus, log on and watch. It's like a 3.5 hour
If you have
concert.
Disney Plus and an extra 3 hours.
3 hours. It's like a 3.5 hour concert, and she's watched it like 3 times already.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true.
She's in love with her, and I'm okay.
I'm not in love with her.
No, not in that way.
No.
Not in that way. But you love Taylor Swift.
I love her. I love her attitude, her disposition.
So a lot of the things are reels, which will become shorts on YouTube. So the Mary Mahoney's Fine Dining, there is a tree out there that's like over 100 years old, and they had little landmarks in the house showing like how flooded they got after, I forgot what hurricane it was that like destroyed New Orleans and the Gulf, like Mississippi too.
Sorry, not paying attention again.
Like the second floor of the house, remember that sign that said that the water reached all the way up to there?
Yeah.
It's like the second floor of the house.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a nice place. The food was pretty good. I associate fine dining with tiny portions. And us being Cubans, we eat big portions. So we ended up leaving there and went directly to Waffle House.
Well, not directly. That's not true.
Basically, we
like
went for
4
a
hours.
drive.
Like 4 hours. It was at night.
Oh, because we also went to the museum.
Like 4 hours later. Yeah.
We ended up going to a museum.
We went to the museum. Then we went back home. We fed the girls. We hung out. And we went to that Chashki's store.
The Sharks. It's like a little touristy shop.
Yeah. We just walked around, looked at that. We walked on that pier that they have, that walkway that they had. And then we went to Waffle House, which is like 4 hours later.
Yeah. We were starving. And then the museum was basically the Maud Potter of Mississippi. Have you guys heard of him? I didn't know about it until we were there. And Chado and Craig had suggested to stop at the museum. The museum's called O'Keefe. So the Mad Potter's last name is Orr, O-H-R. And then O'Keefe is like the founding family, not like George O'Keefe, but the founding family that helped create the museum.
Ruth and Adrian are here.
Oh, hi, Ruth. Hi, Adrian. Thanks for joining.
Or Ruth.
Or Ruth. Maybe it's just Ruth. Yeah, because I think she said yesterday that he was working, that he wasn't like with them at the rig. And she's in the mountains in Georgia, whereas Virgil's in the mountains in Virginia. Ruth, hi guys. Have you guys heard of the Mal Potter? We were looking at some of his pottery, and it's like really weird but cool.
Mhm.
And he doesn't just do pottery like in terms of like mugs or vases. There were other like weird things too, like all kinds of ceramics. I'm just looking at over at Lou and hoping that she would chime in and remind me what it was because I don't remember. What
Was
were
that
those
like a
different-
pen
those,
holder,
like, little- yeah, inkwells.
an inkwell, a pen holder, those, so the paper doesn't fly away that you put on top.
Paperweights.
Paperweights, yeah, exactly.
Paperweights.
But in a really unique style.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely something, even if you're not into ceramics or pottery, it's worth going. While most of the display is about him, there's other little things in the museum that have to do with other things, like rotating artists. There was a Japanese artist there with some of his pottery. There was a tribute to women's clothing from like different eras throughout time, movements that happened. So that was cool.
And they have a room where it's local artists also. So that was pretty neat.
And then they had the little house that had to do with like the African Americans, how it started in Biloxi with them transitioning, I guess, to how it is now too. So there's a lot going on there. But the pottery, the Mad Potter itself, it's really cool to go and see all these different shapes and things that he did, like beyond today's day. Like, who would have thought of that back then? So it's cool. It's cool. I'm glad we went. And we did a hike. Did we do it?
It was
that one I kind of don't recommend unless you want to get your steps in. The video's okay. It's really pretty to look at. So obviously we try to do vlogs on all the hikes. And Mary, you getting your steps in. Take that new fur baby with you and just do it. That's what I recommend. Doing it for the steps and, you know, to see all the pretty trees. But otherwise...
Renee's in the Smokies in Tennessee.
Ooh. All of you guys are in the mountains.
That's the place to be in the heat.
Yeah.
How cold is it there now?
Yeah.
Virgil, how cold is it where you are? Or what's the temperature you are? And Renee, what's...
Aww. Thank you, Ruth.
You guys...
For that super chat. What is it that Traveling Rapper does? Super chat. Or something like that. We're going to have to come up with our own little thing. You and Bob and Debbie, you guys are our very first super chats. And then Tara Young is our first member. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. We're not monetized yet. We're like 600 hours away from being monetized. I appreciate you guys liking the lesbian RVers. For some reason, our niche is just...
Hit the thumbs up, you guys. So far, I don't see any thumbs up on the video. 11 watching, but no thumbs up. So if you guys could do that for us, that would help us out.
I didn't notice that. Yeah, the thumbs up helps with the analytics. So take a moment and go down there and click that thumbs up.
So we're in Biloxi?
So Biloxi, Mississippi. And I was about to talk about the Sandhill Refuge.
Oh, yeah.
You will see more Sandhill cranes.
Yeah. And you will regret it.
In Thousand Trails, Orlando, than you would at the Sandhill Wildlife Refuge.
How many sand cranes did we see there? Yeah.
It's a sandhill refuge. I thought we were going to see so many of them, and we didn't even see one.
Nope.
There were people walking in with big old cameras and stuff. I'm like, cool, we're going to see some sandhill cranes. Nope.
Didn't happen.
The walk was nice, but didn't see one single one. Whereas in Orlando, we see them on a daily basis.
In Orlando, we have to run away from them because they come after us sometimes.
They're wild. They're aggressive.
They're aggressive.
They're aggressive. The thing is, and you know, I really need to, I see a lot of people criticizing, not necessarily us, but I see them criticizing other people. And then I feel bad because I'm like, I fall in that ballpark. I'm always feeding the squirrels. I'm always feeding the birds. And we really shouldn't be doing that because we're accustoming these wild animals to eat from us and associate from us. And then when other people, that's not me, is in that area and aren't feeding them, then they're aggressive towards them. You know, hence that's when the sandhill cranes got aggressive towards us because we stopped feeding them too. They're like, hey, where's the bird feed you used to put out here? And they would come and literally start pecking at the RV.
Yeah, they did that in Three Flags.
Yeah.
That's where we got attacked by them at Three Flags.
Yeah. Well, no, they chased me and Lexi in Orlando too.
The RV got attacked at Three Flags.
Yeah.
We had the bird feeder and they told us that it was against the law for us to feed them.
Yeah.
Because they're endangered species. So we took it down, and then one day I hear this popping. I look outside and there's like 5 or 6 of them, and they're literally like attacking the side
the RV.
of the RV. Like, we need the food, bring it out.
Yeah, so it was crazy. And same thing in Orlando. A group of them came and they were like looking in the area where I had the bird feed, and I had taken it down because they started coming and were pushing the bird feeder to get the seeds out, and I didn't want to get in trouble. So we took it down and they were out there looking for it. And when I took Lexi out to walk, they ended up chasing us. They were chasing us down the street, squawking.
Rose, they pecked the camper, yes.
They were pecking the camper, and then Lou stepped out, and it went to go peck at her, and the tongue was there, and it ended up pecking the tongue, and that's when it left. I'm sure it realized, oh my God, that really hurts. It was the tongue of the RV that it ended up pecking.
They were snowbirding in TT. That's right. Yeah.
Crazy kings. Yeah. It was crazy.
And they're big, you know.
They're really like tall.
4 or 5 feet. They're big. Yeah. Birds. It's not. It's not funny.
That's a real big bird, and they're not in Sesame Street.
Yeah. Virgil says that it's 33 in the morning and 57 at night. And 57 now. I'm sorry, 57 now.
I like high 50s.
And Renee says it's 64.
I like low 60s. Okay, yeah. Once it starts getting 70s and up, then I feel like it starts to get a little too warm.
I like.
And then 90s?
Mid 70s, 75, 78. I feel really good. Even 82. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
As long as it's not dry heat. The dry heat and I do not agree.
Her nose. It's raw.
But
it feels weird when I go like that. My skin is like.
I don't have enough clothing for that kind of temperature. Yeah.
Yeah. Hitting the thrift stores, buying clothes that we're only going to use for a short period of time.
Yeah. I've actually had to do that.
Yeah.
Because I had too many t-shirts on and it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Renee, I'll take 78 to 82. Yeah.
Medina Lake in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Really? I didn't realize you guys were going to head west.
We are at Thousand Trails, Medina Lake in Texas, and I had a big buck come knock at my door with his antlers.
That is so cool.
They're not there now. We were.
Oh, we were. Mm-hmm. We were. Sorry, I thought. I was like, wait a second. I didn't know you were heading west. Wow, that is so cool. I don't know why, I thought that we were going to encounter a lot of deer in, and I shouldn't talk about this right now, but in Whitney.
That's what she's saying, that they encountered. She opened the door and 8 deer were in front of the door.
I thought we were going to encounter a lot of deer in Whitney, Texas. But then later on, I realized that it wasn't Whitney, Texas that's known for the deer. It was Medina Lake, Texas. So I was bummed about that. And then the deer in Columbus, Texas were skittish.
We're not supposed to.
I know we're not supposed to talk about that, but we're not there now, so it's okay. A sneak peek, a little teaser.
Do you guys see this? You guys see this?
Lucy.
This little baby here?
Yeah, it shows there in the corner. Yeah. She's not feeling well today. Lucy is a true Chihuahua in terms of being picky with eating. She'll get in the food for a few days and then she gets over it and gets bored and doesn't want it again. So then we have to get something else and she'll be into it for a few days. So she at that stage where, okay, that's it. I don't want to eat that anymore. And the vet told us if she doesn't want to eat, let her not eat. She'll get starving and she'll eventually eat. Well, we tried that for like a day, but then Lou started feeling really guilty. Like, no, I can't do that to her. She's super tiny. She has to eat.
She also gets extreme. She's already aggressive with Lexi.
Yeah.
But when she doesn't eat,
She's
like,
even more angry.
it's through the roof. Her like aggression is just that much worse.
Yeah.
I would imagine like we get hangry, so does she, and then on top of that, she has that whole resource guarding that she's going through, protecting food and protecting herself from Lexi, from me. It's elevated to the 10th power. So yeah, I mean, you know, at some point something's got to give.
Yeah, so I didn't have, the only thing I have in the freezer right now is fish and pork. And I was like, I can't really make her homemade something with that. I don't want to give her fish and I don't want to give her pork. But for some reason, she really gets excited about salmon. So I was like, well, I have some canned salmon in there because I was going to make patties with them. And I decided, let me cook some rice, make the salmon in there. Salmon's really good for them. She likes it. Lexi hates it. And a day of eating salmon yesterday, 2 ounces in the morning, afternoon, and evening. Today, Lou says, I was sleeping. I slept in. I was so tired that she's been throwing up and having diarrhea.
Since 6 in the morning. I've been up since 6 in the morning with her. She's probably at this point thrown up at least 6 times.
Wow.
And she has a soft stool. She's probably done number 2 like 4 or 5 times already. And she only weighs 8 pounds.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot for a little tiny chihuahua to endure.
So she ran to the store while I was sleeping to go buy chicken. And you made her some chicken and rice, and now she's calm. We're giving her half the portions, like an ounce, since she eats 2 ounces per meal.
Yeah, I gave her a little bit of Pepto also because it was just vile. It was coming out of her, just yellow stuff. So I figured help her to recover a little bit more. Yeah. I gave her like half a teaspoon of Pepto, I think it was what it was.
Okay.
So I think she's doing a lot better.
She's doing a lot better.
She hasn't thrown up anymore. She probably doesn't have anything to throw up anymore anyway. And she hasn't had a bowel movement anymore. So I think she'll probably recover overnight. Yeah. She'll be on the 3-day rice and chicken diet. For 3 days of bland diet.
So food tonight. Since I raised into the food. I'm not recording. But yesterday I was supposed to make some pork chops and mashed cauliflower. And I got caught up helping Lou with a project that she's working on, so never finished it. So I've got some cauliflower. I had 2 small heads. It shows on IG and Facebook stories. 2 small heads that I just chopped up. And I put the florets to boil. So they're super tender right now. I'm going to take them out and I'm going to squeeze them with like a little hand towel to get as much liquid out as possible. And I'll throw those florets inside my food processor, so that they get nice and like almost like rice cauliflower. And once you throw some butter in it and some cream in it, just a little bit of heavy cream, or if you don't want to use heavy cream, you can use coconut milk or evaporated milk or just any milk. But I'm going to throw in some heavy whipping cream and some butter in the food processor with it, and then that'll become more mashed style. So that's what we're having today, some mashed cauliflower. And I have some pork chops, the frosted, that I'm not sure if I'm going to just pan fry to make it easy with some cebollitas, onion on top, or if I'll bust out the grill. We're not supposed to use charcoal grills at this campground. You're only allowed to use propane grills. But I think as long as I do it on top of my little metal table, not necessarily their picnic table, there shouldn't be an issue.
I think there would be an issue because I think it has to do with the dryness and the sparks of the fire flying.
I see. I thought it had to do with like the heat of the grill beveling the picnic tables. I thought that's why a lot of campgrounds don't allow that.
I think here it's I mean, we should call and find out.
Yeah.
I feel like that might be what it is.
Today's high here is 94. And then the low, what did Alexa say? 66. So I'm sure tonight, late tonight, it'll be 66. And then now, in the middle of the afternoon, it should be like 94. Alexa, what's the temperature? Oh, right now, no. 91 degrees Fahrenheit.
Stop. Alexa, stop.
Okay, she didn't say it. Sometimes she says this. I was like, oh, wait a second. Lou's going to kill me. So yeah, 94 is the high. Oh my god, I'm so silly. I swear sometimes I think I'm a blonde. You're chatting away
because you're talking, so we're doing the same thing.
Suggestions. How should I do the pork chop? Should I do it on the grill outside or should I pan fry it or should I just throw it in the oven? That's like usually the easiest for me. Like I don't have to worry about it. Throw it in the oven or throw it in the air fryer, and I don't have to worry about it. That was too funny. Yeah.
Rose says oven.
Oven, yeah, because it's easy, right? It's just quick. I season it. It's already seasoned. I seasoned it yesterday, so it's just sitting in the fridge. It's a matter of just throwing it in the oven, letting it cook for like half an hour, 15 minutes. Flip it again. I mean, another 15 minutes, and I'm good. Air fryer, Melody says.
Buttercup says her favorite way of eating is battered fried with squeeze of lemon.
Pork chops?
No.
Battered?
No. Cauliflower.
Oh, the cauliflower.
Mm-hmm.
I've never tried the cauliflower battered and fried.
Anything fried is good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
you can't go wrong. Lou's not a fan of cauliflower unless I make it mashed. She loathes cauliflower rice.
I can eat cauliflower in a salad.
Okay.
It's fine.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll need to start making florets more.
And just not cooked, just raw in a salad.
Okay.
You know, but my problem is that when we were on keto, the whole like cauliflower rice,
cauliflower.
No such thing. It's just broken up cauliflower. It doesn't have the right texture. It doesn't taste like rice. So I think that kind of like pushed me to the edge of like cauliflower and I are not friends anymore. You know, we had a loose friendship. It wasn't that tight to begin with, but then when they tried to fool me into thinking that cauliflower could be white rice, and I'm Cuban,
with onions.
and I'm Cuban, so white rice is a staple for us.
Yeah.
And to tell me that I'm eating white rice and it's cauliflower, the relationship became strained at that point.
Yeah. I love raw cauliflower not cooked. Also, I haven't added raw cauliflower to any salads, but that might be an idea now. I usually add raw broccoli to our salads, and that's really delicious. So
Ruth, sorry about the nail lady. Be careful. She might chop off a finger or something. Renee, we're not on keto. We're on low carb.
Yeah.
Mainly because of me. I try to like keep my weight in control. And so it's easier to do that with low carb.
Well, also,
but we're not as strict as we used to be.
Change position. Also, things changed a bit. Like, I don't know if you were following us back then when we were strict keto. You can really see the difference in me with those videos. I was so much thinner in my face. Keto was great for my body, but it wasn't so great for Lou's. While we both reached our target weight, we did keto for like a year and a half. Usually between strict keto for the first like 9 months, and after that it was more like lazy keto. I didn't have to measure things anymore because I already got used to the way I was cooking. I knew what I was doing. But Lou's, was it your cholesterol went skyrocket? Like her cholesterol went way too high, super dangerous for her heart.
I went up to 298.
Yeah, my numbers were perfect. My body liked it.
Everything up my bad cholesterol.
Yeah,
but everything else is perfect. I didn't have any issues with anything else, but my bad cholesterol went through the roof.
Yeah, so that became concerning for her health. You know, I want Lou to be with me as long as possible for the rest of our lives. So we decided to get off of keto, and since I'm the one mainly cooking, at first I started to do like, let me cook something for me, let me cook something for her, let me cook something for me, let me cook something for her, but that gets exhausting. It really does. While I love cooking, I don't want to spend all day cooking, you know? So I decided to jump on board and do vegetarian, vegan with her. And you did that for a year, for an entire year. She did not have any animal products with like the exception of cheese.
Yeah, I couldn't give up my cheese.
Cheese was the only animal, that and eggs. And at that, the eggs were very mild. It was very far and in between.
Yeah.
So I jumped on board with her with that, and my numbers got bad. My triglycerides went through the roof. Like I couldn't handle having that much carb. I needed the animal protein and the animal fat in my diet. So we ended
That's
up
also because you're missing your
gallbladder.
gallbladder.
Yeah, I don't have a gallbladder, but I don't know if that's the
Yeah, that's what the doctor explained.
yeah
Mhm.
because of my gallbladder.
Yeah.
So the high carb was just awful for my body. The high fat was awful for her body.
Mhm.
So now we've kind of compromised and decided to do something in the middle. So we're having as low carb as possible, and then the carbs that we do have, we're trying to do as much vegetables as possible. Even though a lot of the meals that I've been cooking for the vlogs have to do with rice, just because I was trying to do a lot of traditional Cuban meals. And then some curry meals, which usually go with rice too. But we try, like the other day, I said I was doing beets, parsnips, and carrots. I also have
Renee
some turnips.
Renee said same.
More beets. We're just trying to be healthy.
Renee said same with me, Angie.
Oh, your triglycerides skyrocketed also. It was like really bad, really bad. The doctor told me like keto likes your body. You should keep doing keto, but I don't want to do keto, only because I don't want her cholesterol to go high.
Well, because there's no point in cooking two different foods.
Yeah. But then what I do also is if I do vegetables or rice, I'll just serve myself less of that and more on the meat, and I'll give her smaller on the meat and more on the veggies and the rice or whatever.
Yeah, and
So
I usually have a salad with every meal.
She does.
I'll have a salad with every meal. I'll have vegetables with every meal.
Mm-hmm.
I try to stay away from the rice and even the starchy vegetables. I try to stay away from that.
Yeah.
And so like everything's fine now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we got 4 minutes left, guys.
Our bodies are just so different, human to human. All the women in my family are like chunky, round women, so I'm chunky. The thinnest I've been was with her when we first met. I think I was 132, and then when
you were thinner with keto than when
I ended up getting thinner with keto. I got like 130, 128. And
she didn't look good.
She didn't like me that thin. She's like, "No, you look too skinny."
No, she looked like
you had always liked me chunky though when you met me.
She looked like a drug addict. Like she didn't look
too skinny.
She didn't look healthy to me.
Yeah. Too skinny. We're chunky women, and I'm good with that. I mean, I don't want to be. When I started keto, I was 198. I was the heaviest I had been, which is why I had decided, like, okay, I need a change. I'm only 5'1". 198 is too much.
Mm-hmm.
So a drastic change, working out and changing my diet, that really did help.
Mm-hmm.
But now somewhere in the middle, 150, 160, I'm okay with that. Even though I prefer my body at 145, 135. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm good. I still feel super strong and super fit. I enjoy going on hikes. I get short on breath sometimes, but other than that.
Well, you also have your ankle that's pretty messed up. So.
My ankle has an injury. Back in 2010, I broke my tibia, my fibula, and my ankle. I fell down a flight of stairs, and the bottom half of my leg, like this is my leg, and this was the bottom. Like it was literally sticking out sideways. And Lou met me at the hospital, and she's like, "Whoa." So yeah, I had surgery, and there's metal plates in there and screws. And
bye, Mel. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, it's time for us to close out anyways. I start work in an hour. So I gotta make us food.
So thank you guys for being here with us today. Yes. I honestly did not expect anyone to be here.
She didn't.
I honestly thought we were going to be talking to each other, and some of you would catch this afterwards. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Because you could be anywhere else but here right now, but you've chosen to be here with us. And I truly appreciate that from the bottom of my heart.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Melody and Lou, Fred and Mary, Virgil and May, Renee, Rosa and Roberta.
Mm-hmm.
Louis outside, Buttercup is May.
Okay. Ruth and Adrian.
Ruth and Adrian.
Ruth and Adrian, thank you so much.
Definitely Bob and Debbie. Did I say Bob and Debbie?
Bob and Debbie.
Yes.
You guys blew us out of the water, at least me. I truly thought I was going to be talking between Angie and Lucy. We were going to have a conversation here. So I really appreciate you guys being here. The most important thing you can give anyone is your time because you can't get it back. So I appreciate you guys being here.
we will see you live again when we leave Biloxi and enter Texas. Was that the next one?
Yeah.
I think so. Texas. Bye, guys. I gotta lean forward to say bye. Haven't done this in a while. No, not you. I think it's the back arrow, right?
This is the best part.
Oh, the X. The X.
There you go.